So today we are going to, yesterday we had a session on basic introduction to the neural networks, and for other batches we already completed that introduction part. So now we are going to the lab session of the same thing. Okay, so maybe like for other batches we already covered the lab session, but still some of the other aspects will also be covered in today's session, so that you can learn other stuff like how to do the program in Google Colab. Okay, so how to effectively utilize the variable data files and use them in the Google Colab for the case of deep learning. So first, as in with a basic example, so let's start with the first example on neural network. Okay, say like we have a if you're taking a simple example of a, I'm going to take a new file. Okay, so let's say I want to write a program. Okay, for this number x and y is equal to, so say like 4 comma 5 6 7 8 9. So I want to generate this output when my input is this one. Okay, this is the data. Say like Magita. Yes, see like now you have this input to in order to get this output. So what is the expected equation, mathematical equation we will be writing? Y is equal to x plus 3. But so if I'm doing it so if I'm writing a linear regression program for this one, so do I need to mention the equation for this or not? Not required, right? So just I need to pass on this input data as a independent variable and this one as a dependent variable. Okay, so that, so then I'll be using the linear regression model to fit this data, and then I can use the other samples to test it, right? So that will solve your problem. Similarly, how to do the similar approach using the neural network? Okay, so neural networks basically what they requires, so they will be having a input data. Okay, so then so you need to build the neurons for it. Okay, so if and you will be followed with the activation function. So then you may have a optional hidden layers. So then you will get, finally you will get output. Okay, so you will get a output actually, that is not good. Okay, so then what happens is compare with the ground truth. Okay, so if then pass on error and adjust the weights, again compute the result. So this process is iterative, like recursive, till you complete the number of epochs. Like if you're told the model to train for 10 iteration, so 10 epochs, it will run for 10 times forward propagation and backward propagation, and you will be able to get your final output based upon that. Okay, so let's see how we'll do that one now for this kind of example case. Okay, how to build the neural network. So in order to build the neural networks, so we require the specific libraries as I mentioned. So we will be either using TensorFlow or we will be using the Keras. As I said, so I prefer using the Keras, but it's a simple to easy to use. Okay, and so easy to understand. For that purpose, we will be using the Keras. But at the back end, it uses the TensorFlow library. Okay, so let's start with that. Okay, so here I am. Okay, so with a new file. Give me a second. Okay, so here is the input. So your library is required. So Keras is the main library you are importing it. So maybe NumPy library required, so I'm going to import that. So then from keras dot layers, so we are going to import the dense layer. Okay, so this is basically used to build the your model. Okay, used for building your layers, like if you can, if you want to build the these aspects, right? So your activation function, hidden layers, okay, output layers, all these things will be built using this dense layer, using the dense layer. Okay, so I am using that dense method here. And sequential, so this is the basically for building any neural networks you will import this sequential model first. So I am importing these four libraries, so it's going to take more time in order to import them. Okay, so we have imported the libraries. Okay, you can see here it's showing at the back end it is using the TensorFlow, the back end, so it is using the TensorFlow. Okay, fine. So after completing this step, so next one is, so we need to give the inputs. Okay, so let's start giving the input. Okay, so I'm taking this input and output. So normally what we do is like this similar example, input. Okay, similar, so but I taken different array here. So to define the array I use the numpy and I define the arrays here. So -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 are the input samples, and output samples are -5, 3, -1, 1, 3, 5 and 7. Okay, so this is actually having the, what is the link between the input and output relation, Anita? So here y is in the form of 2x minus 1, right? So if input is 2, minus 2 into 2, -4, -1, -5 will be getting. Okay, that's actually the relation what we have it between your input and the output. So I'm going to take up this two data sets. So one is your input and one more is your output. Okay, so print your input, then I'm printing the output. Okay, so these are the samples we have taken. Okay, so next I'm going to use this sequential method and create an object. Okay, so since this is going to be a regression problem, I'll call it as a regression. Okay, using neural network. Okay, regression using neural network. Okay, so I'll call this object sequential function I'll be calling. So this is the object which will have the properties of this sequential. Using this regression neural network I can build the model. Okay, so let's import this. Importing is completed. Okay, so then, so in the regression neural networks there is a method called as add method. Using that you will start building your neural network. Okay, so again I'm using here the dense method. Okay, here units equal to 1, it indicates, so how many outputs we are expecting from this data. What is the expected output? 1, 2 or 3? How many outputs we can expect here? Yes, Farin. How many outputs we can expect here for this? What is the, only one output? Okay, so each sample, yeah, one input and one output only, right? Okay, so we have mentioned here, so this is the units equal to 1 means this is your output. Okay, and input shape is 1 because we have only one sample. Say example your data is like this one, x1, okay, x2, x3 and your y. Okay, here is your 1, 2, 3. And expected output may be like 5. So here I have the value 0, 5, 7, predicted output is 5. In this case, how many input variables are there? 3 input variables. It doesn't matter how many rows are present. Okay, so currently in this example case, so you have only x1, right? X1 and y is there. So x1 is starting with -2, corresponding output is -5, -1, and corresponding output you have -3. Okay, so you have only one input and one output variable. So but in this example case data set, you have 3 input variables and one output variable. Okay, so in that case your input shape going to be 3 here, but currently your input shape is what? 1, so I mentioned 1, and for each input you have one output, so I mentioned one output here. So if you like to mention the activation function, you can mention it. Okay, so it's a beginning, so I'm not mentioning it. Later stages I will show you with the mentioning the activation function. You can specify which activation function to use it. Okay, so this is the neural network you built it. What you did is, so you actually had a input layer. Okay, so and then you have a output layer. So this is the simple neural network. Okay, so matching input to output. Okay, so with some default activation function. Okay, so then we need to mention, so what are the, like how you are going to calculate this error. Okay, so error will be calculated by using the mean squared error. So in the compilation step, this is called as optimizer. Okay, optimizer. Okay, so we have a SGD that indicates stochastic gradient descent. Yesterday we discussed, right? Or for you people, we discussed in the previous sessions. Okay, so gradient descent is a optimization algorithm which tries to minimize the error between the ground truth and the actual predicted values. Okay, so error will be calculated based upon the mean squared error. Okay, and algorithm used to do this is called as gradient descent algorithm, specifically stochastic gradient descent algorithm. Apart from this SGD, we have one more algorithm called as ADAM optimizer. One more optimizer called as ADAM is also present. So since for this example case I am using the stochastic gradient descent algorithm. Okay, so this will be in the method regression neural network dot compilation step. Okay, so let's execute this step and this step. One second, this is capital. Okay, so we have built the neural network, we have built the neural network. Okay, that means we just built the model. Okay, so still we not started our training. Okay, so what actually happens once you start the training? Okay, so Anita, yes, what happens when you start the training? So what are the steps? Forward propagation and then backward propagation, right? So in forward propagation what happens? It computes the result, right? Okay, in a backward propagation, error calculation and adjust the weights. So this is what happens once you start the training. Okay, so and then again process repeats for up to, so while epochs less than or equal to number of epochs chosen. Okay, so till that time you do the forward and backward propagation. Okay, compute the result. Okay, so then check the error, adjust the weights, again it do this thing till you complete the number of epochs. Okay, you reach the total number of epochs. Okay, so as soon as you reach that, okay, let's go here. So this will be achieved by training phase will be achieved by fit method. Okay, so regression neural network dot fit. Here you are passing your input and the output. So we have not splitted the data into training set and test set, not yet. Okay, so if you want to do that, you can do that. Okay, so but I not done that part. Okay, so I am going to train it for how many iteration you like to start with. Okay, how many iteration? Okay, Magita, shall we train it for only once and see what is the result it's going to give us? Okay, so let's start with one. Number of epochs in this case is 1 we have considered. Okay, so it has trained all the 7 samples, one iteration, one epoch. Okay, 7 out of 7 means 7 iteration is equal to one epoch in this example, because you have total 7 samples. So it has trained the model and you got the loss about 58. So that means you didn't give the opportunity to adjust the weights. Did you give or not? No, you didn't give it. So what happened? So only adjusted the weights, but after adjusting the weights, you didn't computed the result once again. Okay. So we'll see how the it's going to give the result. Okay. For -2, what is the expected output? For -2, what? -5. Okay. Let's see what it's going to predict. Okay. So here I have the result -2. Okay. And regression neural network dot predict the test result minus. So it is giving the result as plus 2.58. Actually, what I supposed to get? One second. -2 and predicted. It's given the result as plus 2.5. It is supposed to give me the result as 2.5. It is only, sorry, not this one, here one epoch. Okay, so what is the loss we received is 58. Okay, and here I got the value as plus 2.58. How much difference we have received now? It is too much difference, right? The difference is very high. So let me try it for another value. Okay, like I'll give the value as 3. Okay, so let's see what the result is going to give. For 3 it has given -3.7. So totally acceptable. The result is -3.74 something. Okay, so actual value is what? +5 I had to get it. So but I got it as -3. So I cannot accept this one. Okay, so let's see. This is out of sample, okay, which is not there in the training set. So this is your training set. I'll give, apart from this training set, some other value. Let's say like I given the value as +6. Okay, so what is the expected output for 6? According to the formula I had to get 11, but what I got, we'll see it now. Okay, so let's see what we are going to predict it. One second. -7 we are predicting. Okay, so -7 we got. So that means we are not getting a perfect result. Okay, so let us see by giving the number of epochs instead of one sample to 10 samples. Okay, instead of one iteration, let us give more than one epoch. Okay, so let us give a chance for it. Okay. Can you see that each iteration the loss has getting decreased? Okay, so that means actually it is adjusting the weights and it is computing the error. It is trying to minimize the error. Okay, but still we have a loss of 7.9%. Okay, so let's see in this example when we run the model for 10 iteration. Okay, so we got the loss value as, okay, 7.98. Okay, the same repetition. Okay, for the value 6, what is the output it is going to compute? So this time it is good, quite improvement. Okay, we got the value as plus, at least we got the positive value 4.48 something. Okay, and let's see, try it for another value +3. 2.37. So actually we have to get 5, we got the value as 2.37. So that is a better improvement compared to the previous results. Okay. So let's try for another example case, that is -2. Okay. So let us improve that, see that what is happening. So let's see, input is 3. So we got for -2, we are supposed to get -5, but we got minus 1.5. But compared to the previous, only the improvement, but it's not a good result still. Okay. So let us increase the number of samples to 150. Let's see what happens. You can see here, after 50th iteration, so the loss from 7.9, okay, has totally decreased to 0.39. So that is a better improvement. And if I check for this, okay, and you can see that minus 3.9 is the result we are getting. Okay, so that is very close to the -5 I am getting. Okay, but still there is a loss. Okay, I need to give more time for it to get the better. To improve this model, I need to give the more iterations, more number of epochs. So let us give it, so try about 100 epochs. See now, what is actually happening? How many iteration we totally completed now, Anita? How many iterations we completed now? So this is not just a 50, not only 50. So previous we given at the beginning 1 iteration, after that we give 10. Okay, now we given 50. Total you have given 61 times. Okay, after 61th time, this is the result we are getting. Okay, so that is how it happens. Okay, once you train the model, okay, so next time you train it, it will be built on top of that one. Okay, so example, now already I given this training to the Akshata. So I given you already this example cases, right? We already given the how to work with this. So now if I am teaching you people again, okay, so you are listening, okay, so is it going to be new thing for you? Already you know it, so that you are getting some improvement from that one. You are easily, you can understand, right, what I am actually telling. Okay, so compared to the people who are listening it the first time. Okay, so the same thing here. So it is a added thing. Okay, next time you give 100, so it will be plus previous samples, number of samples whatever you trained it. Okay, number of epochs you trained it. Okay, so now if I'm giving 100 means, so you're actually trained the totally you trained the model to 150 epochs. Okay, if I give it 150, it is 150 plus 61. So total you have trained it for, so 211 iteration. Okay, so now the error after this 150th iteration, so it has been reduced to 0.0039. Okay, so maybe we can expect a better result at this case. You can see here minus 4.899. So when actually we trained the model for 150 epochs, okay, so for -2 -5 we are supposed to get, we got it here around minus 4.89. Okay, so is it a better closest result or not? Yes, Magita. So are we getting close so is it very close, or it's just a close result? Still there is a difference, right? -5 -4 point, okay, maybe around we have a some maybe around some 5-6% error is there. Okay, so but still how to improve it? So we can increase the number of epochs. Okay, but more you train it, there is a problem. Okay, maybe like I'll increase it to 500 iteration, and let's see, because it's going to take more time. You can see here your system is busy. Okay, now it is completed the training. Okay, so as we have this. Okay, so like this we can improve the performance of the model. Okay, so now if I check it, okay, you can see a very close value we were getting it now. Okay, so this is the final result we are going to. Okay, so that's a basic introduction to your neural network. Okay, first example case. So give so take 5 minutes break, I'll be back. Okay, so meantime we just keep checking this part. Okay. I'll just remove this part. Okay, let's just go through this part. Okay, so this much we are done. So wait for a few minutes, I'll be back. I'll be here only. So need attend multiple linear, so using the neural network. Okay, so we did the this part using the uh, linear regression, and we'll try now with the help of neural networks now. So let me show you. We have this data sheet. We have to predict this salary based upon the experiences, right? So this is your independent variable and this is your dependent variable. So the same approach what we used in the case of your regression, the same approach we are going to use it here also. Okay, so what is the first thing you are going to do? So you are going to first read the data sheet, and then you'll start splitting the data into independent and dependent variable, and then you'll instead of then you'll start creating a test set and a training set, and afterwards you will apply the linear regression model. Okay, so now instead of linear regression method, we are going to apply the neural network. Okay, before I apply the neural network method, so what I need to create in linear regression, we used to create a linear regression object. Here we will create a neural network object, and we need to build the neural network model also here. So let's see how we can proceed with that. Okay, so first of all, so I'm going to import the library called as pandas. Already NumPy has been imported. Okay, so let's, as usual, read the data sheet and then split the data into independent and dependent variable. One is input variable and one more is output variable. So your first column is this is the first column. 0th column is your input, and this is your output variable. So I splitted the data into input and output. So I've taken 0th column as a input variable and first column as a output variable. Okay, so data importing and splitting is completed. Okay, so let's split the data into training and test set. Okay, so normal train test split method we are going to use it. You already have this knowledge on this. What is this function? So we passed the input and output parameters, and we splitting it into 20% for test and remaining percentage is for the training set. Okay, we got now 4 output variables: training independent variables and test dependent variables. Train and test dependent variables. Okay, so as usual, after the data split, okay, so as we had a data here, now after getting the data, so it's best, we need to start with the building the neural network model, and add the input and output parameters, and add the your optimizer. Okay, so let's start with that. Okay, how we can do that? So here I'm going to take a new name. Okay, so as sequential method, so create a object called as model. After that, add method, we are going to use it, and dense function, dense layer. Okay, so number of inputs is only one output we are going to have it, and input shape is 1 still, because we have only one independent variable, only one output variable. So we have taken this like this one. And compilation, so optimizer used stochastic gradient descent, and the loss function used will be your mean squared error. Okay, so let's complete importing that, and then we are going to apply the fit method. So we will train this model for 50 samples. Okay, so let's train the model for 50 samples. Training on 24 samples for 50 epochs is completed. So after doing this step, so next we are going to apply the prediction on the test data. Okay, let's apply on the test data. Okay, done. Prediction is completed. Now I'm going to print the predicted data and the actual data. So this is my actual data, and this is what we have predicted. Okay, actual salary is 37,000. We have predicted as 25,000 here, and here 1,22,000, 1,35,000, 57, 57, 63, 53. Is it closer results we have, or there is a lot of much difference is there? Yes, Magita, how's the results are? Do we have a better? So difference is more, right? Okay, so what we need to improve then to reduce that one? So let's train the model for a more number of epochs. Okay, so I am giving the training iteration to 350 now. Okay, so this has been trained for 350 epochs. Okay, so let's see after doing that 350 iteration and predict the same result. Okay, so this time I'm taking the new variable dp predict 1. Okay, so prediction done. So this is a test sample. I'm going to print the display the new samples which now predicted d pred 1. Okay, you can see that difference. This is with the 50 samples, 50 epochs. So this is the result with the 350 epochs. So this is actual result. So we are very close to the actual result here. 137. So 37. This is actually difference is there, but here 1,25,000, 1,22,000. Close results 57, 63. Somewhat difference is there, but this is 63, 61 close result, and this is also close result. So this is also a close result. We have most of the results very close to the actual data set. Okay, so that means we are able to fit the data effectively, so using 350 iterations. Okay, so without having any complicated in between hidden layers. Okay, so that's clear. So that's the another example we tried it now. Okay, so any questions on this one? Anita, any questions? Okay, so now I'll show you. Okay, but as I mentioned, installing the libraries is complicated. So I think Vidya, so Vidya, so were you able to install the libraries? You installed. Okay, Akshata, you are able to install TensorFlow and Keras? You're using Google Colab. Okay, so right. Okay, so fine. Now we'll show you people how to use the Google Colab to solve this kind of things. Okay, so normally if you're not able to install, because it takes more time for the installation itself. Okay, you need to spend a lot of time, but for the final projects and all, it is better to install and keep the things in local system. But as a beginner to start your learning, okay, so start with Google Colab. Meantime, try installing the libraries. Okay, so there is no particular solution for installing the libraries. Already given the commands for installing the libraries. If you get errors, so you need to search for the what are the solutions, and you need to try all available solutions. Okay, but if you are using Ubuntu system, there is no problem. Or one more thing is you need to use the earlier version of the Anaconda. That is one thing you can do it, because now I am using earlier version of the Anaconda here, so it doesn't have any problems. Okay, but in latest versions it gives you a lot of issues while you are doing the installations. Okay, so give me a second. To begin with the Google Colab, what we need to do is we need to open the, so you take your account, Google account. Okay, so I am taking this Google account here. Okay, so I'm going to open the Google Meet, not Meet, sorry, I need to open the Google Drive. I opened the Google Drive here. Okay, so your Google Drive is live now. Okay, what you need to do is now here in this Google Drive. Okay, so you need to create the Google Collaboratory. First you need to start with the Google Colab. Okay, so you need to go here to the first you need to install the Google Colab to Google Drive. You need to install the Google Colab to your Google Drive. So that you can do it here. Go to the new option, go to more. Okay, and connect more apps. Okay, click here and search here collaborate. After searching, you will get Google Collaboratory like this. Okay, click on that. You need to click on install. Okay, so you can click on continue. You need to give your drive permission. Okay, so I am giving the drive permission to install it. Okay, so use this account for installation, and now so we'll say click done. Installation is completed. Okay, then click OK. So now you are ready to use the Google Collaboratory. Okay, it is very much similar to Jupyter Notebook. Okay, to create a new file, before I create a new Google Colab file, you can right away directly right click and go to new and select Google Collaboratory file. Okay, so otherwise alternatively what I prefer is create a new folder for yourself. Okay, machine learning. Okay, so I created a new folder called as machine learning. Okay, double click on this, you store your all your files here. Okay, so right click and more option, or else you can select new, more, Google Collaboratory. It will start a new file for you. Okay, it will be looking very much similar to your Jupyter Notebook. Not much difference at all. First thing you will do with the Google Colab Notebook is, okay, you need to connect it here. Click on connections. Okay, either to the hosted runtime or local runtime. So we have to use the hosted runtime, because so that is the one which gives us the inbuilt libraries, already pre-installed libraries and all. Okay, so we will select the hosted connections. After that, if you want to rename your file, you can rename it, say like neural network lab 1. Okay, that's the name I given. Let me start with the code which we have written here. First let me import the libraries required. Okay, I'm not done any installation here in the Google Colab. Okay, so your drive, we are not done any installation, but still we will be able to import these libraries automatically. But if you do it in your local system, you will get the error. Okay, so libraries have been imported. Okay, so after the importing the libraries, so take this two samples of data which you wanted as inputs. Okay, execution, 1 second. So execution done. Okay, so let's move on with what is this? Next I'm taking the sequential model. Okay, and I'm taking the building the your neural network, since it is having a one input and one corresponding output, one input and one output, and then later on optimizer. Okay, run this one. Here better to use the shortcuts like control enter to execute a particular cell, and shift enter which will execute this cell and move on to the next cell. So that is same shortcuts we usually use in the Jupyter Notebook. Okay, so now let's train this model. So this is going to be a fresh training. Okay, here so it will train the model for 500 epochs. See here it is training the model for 500 epochs. Okay, so training 240th iteration. So you are in 257, 300, 400. Still the training is going on. Let it keep the training is going on. This indicates still the cell is running. After that we need to test the results. What is the output we are going to take it. So I'm create a test sample and I'll check the result. Result equal to regression neural network dot predict of test, and then print of result. Okay, error been removed. 1 minute. P dot array. 1 second. And not copied this fully line. Okay, So we are able to get a perfect result, minus 4.999. So which is very close to minus 5, because minus 2 we should supposed to get the minus 5 as a value. We got the same output here. Any questions? How to use the Google Colab? This is how we can run the same examples in the Google Collaboratory. Okay. Any questions, Anita? Okay. Magita, have any question? Okay. So now we'll show you. Akshata, did I show you people like how to use the file systems in Google Collaboratory? Okay. So let's see how to use the inbuilt files. Like now, if I'm having a file, now next example we are going to try it. Okay. So I'm going to try this new example. File, new notebook. Okay. So we created a new notebook for us. Okay. So this is lab 2, lab2.ipname. Okay. Okay. Next, so let us try this example. Creating, doing this. So I'm trying to import this data and split it. Okay. So before I do that, let me cut this portion and put up this here. Just I'm trying to import this one. Okay, import pandas as pd and read this file. What is the error I'm getting? It is telling no such file or a directory salary.data csv. Why this error is coming? Okay, file is not in the drive. Let me upload the file to the drive, because this is my current working folder. Okay, so let me put the drive into this folder. So our new file is not present here. Okay, our file is present outside this one. Okay, so I'll move this file to machine learning folder. Let me do what this, move to the folder my drive here in this machine learning folder. Move here. The file is available here. Okay. So because I'm maintaining all the files in a one particular folder. Okay. So now I want to upload the file. Upload, go to the folders, upload a file. Okay. And you need to go to the particular location where your file is present. So my file is present in this location. Okay. Upload salary data file, and even I'll upload this 50 stars. I need both the files, so I'm uploading both of them. But for this example, only one file is sufficient. Okay. So we have uploaded. Okay. So let's try now. Okay, whether it can read or not. 1 second. I'll open the file once again from the drive after moving it. Okay. So let's see whether we will be able to read it. It will be able to read or not. Still the error is there. Still we are having a error. How to overcome from this kind of error? See, automatically your Google Colab files will not read your drive file automatically. It doesn't means that in normal system what happens is your file, and if the file are present in the same location, it can read automatically. But your Google Colab will not be able to locate that automatically. We can check here. Okay, so OS import OS. Okay, and if I check the list of the files available current location. Okay, so ls is not defined. 1 second, give me second time. It is not ls, it is
currently the folder is in this location, sample data, but actually we are inside which directory? We are inside this directory, my drive machine learning drive. I need to locate this drive. Okay, for doing this thing and all, first most thing you will need to do is, okay, you need to mount your drive before you start using the your files. You need to mount the drive. How to mount the drive? Okay, so beginners, here is, you can see this file system, click on this files. Okay, you can see that this is the actually current location. Okay, so, but I can go up here. Okay, so you can make a list. One second, your drive. Okay, you can click on mount drive option. Okay, and connect to Google Drive. Select this option, and which is the this one. Okay, so this is abhiyantriks.es. Okay, abhiyantriks.es. One second, I'll locate that. abhiyantriks.es. Given the permission need to mount the drive. Okay, so then I given the permission. Okay, so now you can see here. Okay, so now going to the files. One second. Mounting the drive can be done like this. Once you check that, it will show that drive is present here. Alternate method to mount the drive. There is a alternate method is there, that also can be used to mount the drive. I'll give that command to mount the drive. Okay, give me second time. I'll mount. This is standard command which you can use it anywhere. Okay, from google.colab import drive and then mount the drive. So basically it will have this location, content, and then the drive. Okay, so you're going to mount your drive based upon these 2 lines of code. Okay, so just you run it. It will ask you to give the permission. If the mount is already mounted, no issues. Okay, if not, it will ask you the link with the password. Just you need to copy that password and paste it here. Okay, so after doing this, I know that this is the location where this is present. Okay, so now I'll show you how to change these commands. Okay, so but still it is not showing it because I need to give the path. Okay, because it is showing this is the current location drive. Okay, but usually drive, inside that we are inside my drive, and inside that we are in the machine learning folder. Okay, so let's locate that one. Okay, I'll show you step by step how to do that. Okay, os dot change directory, chdir of. Okay, so your content, currently you are in drive. Okay, so drive slash, okay, your my drive, my space drive. One second, changing my drive to this one. Yep, you need not to do it. Okay, all of us in single instance itself you can tell what to do it. Okay, no such file or directory drive. It is done. After this step, I can see that all the 4 folders are available here. Okay, so now what you will do is you will do os dot change directory of, okay, here machine learning slash, and if you list out the files inside it, ls, one second, os chain directory machine learning, this is lowercase l. I can see all the files now. Now if you run this step, you will not get any errors. It can read it because now the drive is in this location. It can easily read that. Okay, so all these steps can be done in one statement. Okay, so what is that one statement? You can write it, will be like this: os dot change directory of your drive slash MySpace drive, okay, slash machine learning, okay. You can say like this to change it the beginning, and then you try to locate your location. So if you are able to see all the files, then you are ready to go, okay. You need not to do this step by step, okay. So all of a sudden you can write this only after mounting the drive. You can do this step, import OS. So that's the one, use it to locate your files, okay. So now here I'm mentioning machine learning. In single instance it will do the needful, okay. Here it is actually capital, do it, you will get your final, okay. So it's showing all the list of the files in this location. Now we are ready to do our program. Splitting done, okay. After that, what are the next steps we have? We need to do split of your training set and test set. So let's do that part. Training and test split is completed, and import a new model with one input argument. So one shape is one because we have only one input and expected output is only one. So our neural network model is going to be simple a neural network model, okay. Model is equal to sequential, but where is the sequential is coming from? So for that you need to import your libraries first, okay. Import your Keras, NumPy, all these libraries, okay. So before this step I'm adding this new step, okay. So let's import the libraries required. So just complete this step, done. So next we are going to apply the fit method to check the final result. So what are the labels we have? Training set, okay, model dot fit of your input training set, comma output training sample, comma number of epochs, that is epochs equal to, I'll give it about 100 iteration, okay. So let us give it for let's say like 250 iteration and run this model. So training started. So after the training completes, let us check the predicted, okay, is equal to model dot predict of your input test set, okay. So then I'm going to print the predicted. So and also I'm going to print the actual set, that is D test. So let's do this both. So here is that execution going on, okay. So you have this results, actual result and the predicted output. So we have very close results, okay. So if you're not happy with this results, okay, so improve the model by tuning the model, okay. What simple way to increase the performance is to increase the number of epochs. I'm going to retrain it again on 250 more epochs. So total it will get trained on 500 iterations, okay. Afterwards you can see the result. Still the model is getting executed, okay. Once this execution completes, it will execute this new cell, okay. So here is the result, we got it, okay. So this is the best result we can get it, okay. Very much close results we have it. So that's how we can use the Google Colab. So working wise there is no issues within Google Colab. Only thing is, first step you need to mount the drive and locate your file using this method, okay. So all these in between steps are not required. These are just for you to understand how we are changing the drive locations, okay. So or else what you can do is, you can also give this path in this data pd dot read underscore csv, we can do that also. But doing that, if you're having a one file to read it, so it is better to give directly the path here. Otherwise, giving, if you're having multiples from the same location, giving the path every time in the read file is becomes complicated. So instead of that one, it's better to change the directory itself. Have any questions, Akshata? Okay, Magita, Rohit. So you can just try it again from the beginning because you came late. Okay, it's fine. Vidya.